Hello and welcome to The Hero Spouse. I'm Kenda Ruth, here to answer one of your questions about marriage and midlife crisis. Today we have Buffy. Buffy has a bomb drop of January 24th, 2021 and a date of marriage of 2004. She has a boomerang who is a high energy replayer. She says, my MLCer is my ex-husband. The divorce has been finalized and he's now engaged to the alienator. It's been well over a year since the divorce, and the alienator is still stalking, bullying, and taunting me on social media. I haven't engaged with her at all, ever. When will she stop? I still have contact with him because we have kids together. We're friendly, but all business. I don't see this relationship with her lasting, as he always seems to be in trouble with her. Not to mention, he's marrying her in a limerent state. Our mutual friends mentioned to me that he seems quite terrified of her. They've been together for nearly 3 years. It seems like a miserable situation. How is this relationship still going on? And why would he tie himself up in that and so soon? Okay, a couple things. First thing, one of the things I think about female alienators is that women tend to go toward borderline personality traits when either in an illicit affair. I noticed that of female MLCers and alienators. Is it because in midlife crisis, women tend toward that when they go toward negative coping skills? Is it the same with an alienator when they're in an illicit affair and that can bring that out? Or are MLC affair partners, so they tend to select people who are of that type, but borderline personality. And for the male counterparts, I see a lot of narcissistic personality traits. Doesn't mean they're of the disorder, BPD, NPD, but I see those traits. This one, however, not borderline, narcissism. This one is showing more signs of the narcissistic traits. Why? Because she's engaging, or she's trying to engage with you. She's stalking you, she's bullying you, and she's taunting you. Borderlines avoid you unless they think you are a threat to them and their man. Then they might be a mama bear. But really, a borderline is focused on him and how he is hers and she is possessive of him. A narcissist might be more focused on it being about you and I'm getting you by being with him. A narcissist is focused on that kind of control where he is mine, but it's not about possessive. He's mine because you can't have him. I win. So imagine that you were at a sports game for one of your kids and you're all there and he's sitting with her and you're sitting across so that you can actually look across. Not that you want to, but what is the difference? The borderline person sees you over there and clings on to him. PDA. So that you can see he's mine. He's mine. But might not make eye contact, just might like look over at you. Checking to make sure she can see that he's mine. If you meet up with her, hold on to him. Very possessive of him. Now, the narcissist, she's looking over at you. Also, she might be doing the PDA, but the PDA is all for you to see it. She is trying to put on a show for you, and she wants to know. She might make eye contact with you so that she lets you know, my man, this guy is mine. If she meets up with you, like you're at the concession stand later with the three of you, yeah, she'll hold on to him, but she's going to be more flirty probably with him. And it's all a show. Remember, she might even go up to you and confront you. The borderline will want to avoid you. But a narcissist, no. This is a contest between you and her when it's a narcissist. And she wants you to know that she has that power. So when is she going to stop? Maybe if she gets another object. It is good you're not engaging with her. And you could do things like getting restraining orders. To what level? Like, are you able to, due to how she's doing it? I don't know. And I don't know how that kind of thing would give her more narcissistic supply because she knows it's getting to you. Or would that be a consequence? You have to think about that. So then he's terrified of her. Yeah, he's terrified of her. How is this still going on? It's been nearly 3 years, so you're thinking, well, limerence might be fading. Clearly, he's in limerence with her. He's marrying her during limer, but 12 to 36 months, and it's been 36 months, are going on. So here is it. It's being replaced by emotional blackmail. She is in control, and she is telling him, and he is terrified of her. That's not limerence. I'm not saying limerence is at play, but it is probably on the downward end of it. Emotional blackmail. I want you to go get the book, Emotional Blackmail by Susan Forward. And it will help you understand what he is experiencing from her. Now, there may be many of us LBSs that are experiencing emotional blackmail from our MLCer. But what I have found is it is more of a part of the relationship with the alienator and the MLCer. It is a huge part, especially with an affair down, especially with the personality disorder traits or actual personality disorders. He is being controlled. He is being told that he should feel bad if he leaves her. He should feel guilty. He's a terrible person for having put her through this. I gave up everything for you. He is being told that there are some different things with narcissism versus borderline. So some of these examples are borderline when it comes to emotional blackmail, just because I'm looking back at what Chuck was told. And he was dealing with a borderline situation. He was told that he was responsible for her. This is how friends would be. She called him to say, my mother is sick and I'm really sad and I need my friends to come over and stay the night with me. Now, the only friend he was calling was him, and the him was my husband, and he was sitting in my home where he lived with me. And the phrase was, well, that's what a friend would do. So she was putting on a guilt trip to him for not doing that. No, he didn't that time. It was just dumb. There were times he did go when she called. And she put on this, you should be, I got fired because of you, because they worked in the same place. And now every time he left her, she would try and stick around because he'd sneak out. And so she'd miss work. So she was blaming him for any problems she was having at work. That was all his fault. She sacrificed for him, so he should be there for her. Well, the other one was, Kendra Ruth will be fine. She can handle it. She's strong. I need you. I'm not. Appealing to the rescuer nature. Of course, that's also appealing to, come be with me. I'm not stable. Be in an unstable relationship. But of course, they're not going to put it that way. They're going to put it as, I need you. She doesn't. She'll be fine without you. I won't. And then, therefore, if I'm not fine without you, if I fall apart, it's your fault. Emotional blackmail. I want you to get that book, and I want you to understand what it is. And then read up on narcissism, if you need to, because that's what I think you're dealing with, is somebody who has narcissistic traits. Whether she's beyond and into diagnosable, I can't say. I couldn't say if I were a clinician, and I'm not. But just that stalking, bullying, that she is targeting you. When it's a narcissist, they're targeting you. When it's a borderline, she wants to focus on him. She's afraid of you. Narcissist? So I hope this helps. And check out that book. If I remember, I will put a link down in the description below with the question. And I will see everybody in the next question.